Ahsoka! It's finally here. Our long-awaited meeting with Dave Filoni's creation has come at last. And let me tell you, it was worth the wait.
There is nothing easy about being a Jedi.
I need backup now!
Hello guys, my name is Kenville Clear and this is the first part of my Star Wars BRS series. BRS stands for Breakdown, Review and Speculation, which is a group of 3 episodes that are conducting a breakdown, review and speculation of a piece of Star Wars media. In this case, the Ahsoka series. Star Wars is one of my favorite things in the world and I'm glad that I have finally decided to make videos on it. Before I start this BRS episode, I want to let you know that this will contain spoilers. However, if this video does well, I might make some spoiler-free videos as well. Anyway, let's get into it. The episode starts off with a bit of exposition. We're told that although the Galactic Empire has fallen, there are a few agents of evil looking to bring it back in some form. And that form is none other than Grand Admiral Thrawn, who, as we know at the end of the Rebels series, he was taken into hyperspace along Ezra by the Purgles, those space whales we've seen in a few places. Ahsoka Tano, our main character, has learned of a secret map that could potentially help her find the location of Ezra and Thrawn. After the exposition, we're then greeted by a ship of the New Republic. Its captain receives a signal from a mysterious ship they found in the void of space. The people inside said ship claim to be Jedi that have come to see the prisoner aboard the New Republic ship. The captain doubts those people are Jedi, though he signals them to come aboard. Why? Well, that's a good question. Anyway, it turns out that those people were not Jedi, at least that's what they said. They take out the captain and move towards the prisoner cells. On their way to the cells, they slay everyone in their way, which looks very similar to one famous scene from Rogue One. Also, it's worth noting how different those guys look compared to the other characters. At least when it comes to clothing, they look very medieval fantasy, if you know what I mean. Anyway, they get to the cell where they set free Morgan Elizabeth, that human witch of the Night Sisters we've first seen in The Mandalorian. After all of that, we see Ahsoka walking through the ruins of a stronghold. The stronghold belonged to the witches of Dathomir, and then she cuts her way to a chamber where she finds a mysterious artifact. Of course, she doesn't just take it and get away with it without a fight. A couple of assassin droids show up. Ahsoka makes quick work of them and leaves the scene with a bang. She then meets up with General Syndulla, aka Hera. Ahsoka is then told that Morgan Elizabeth has been taken away by 2 wielders of the Force. Ahsoka then asks Huyang, her droid, to run a match on the lightsabers, in order to get a clue of who those 2 Jedi might be. Ahsoka also lets Hera know about the device she acquired, which contains the location of Grand Admiral Thrawn. This device is unfortunately locked, and they need, well, someone to unlock it. Who that might be, you ask? Well, none other than Sabine Wren, the Mandalorian who apparently isn't a big fan of public speeches. She's as rebellious as ever, pun intended, and it looks like she won't stop even at the request of a couple of New Republic pilots. Once she gets home, she watches a recording of Ezra Bridger, who tells her that she's family to him. Ahsoka finally arrives on Lothal and meets up with Sabine, who isn't very pleased of seeing her. But Ahsoka manages to get her attention when she mentions that she knows how to find Ezra. We learn that Sabine now calls Ahsoka Master, which is definitely worth keeping in mind. Ahsoka asks Sabine to help her decipher the mysterious artifact and Sabine accepts, well, only if she's allowed to take it home, where she could think more clearly. But Ahsoka wasn't really okay with that. She also mentions Anakin Skywalker, her master, who never got to finish her training, which was so amazing to hear. We then find out that Huyang finished running the checks on the hills of the lightsabers, and finds out that one of them was made years ago back at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant by a Jedi named Baylan Skoll. And we also find out that Sabine took the device home with her, which angered Ahsoka a bit, and understandably so, because Sabine finally unlocks the device, but is then attacked by Shin Hati and a group of droids. Sabine tries to defend herself with Ezra's lightsaber, but is then stabbed by Shin, and that's pretty much where the episode ends. In the second episode, Sabine wakes up in the hospital where she tells Ahsoka about the droids that attacked her. Ahsoka then leaves to investigate the attack back at Sabine's home. We can then see Baylan and Shin landing in another place that looks rather sacred. They call this place the Reflex Point on Cetus. Morgan the Witch arrives at the place where she opens up the device, which displays a map of the galaxy and the location of Thrawn. Back at Sabine's home, Ahsoka is attacked by another one of those assassin droids, but she manages to slice right through it. She brings parts of the droid back to the hospital in order to have Sabine recover the droid's memory and find out where the droid came from. Sabine manages to find out in the last second that the droid came from Corellia, from a shipyard owned by the New Republic. Ahsoka and Hera go to Corellia, where they conduct an informal inspection of the facility. They are told by one of the protocol droids that an assassin droid is in fact at the facility, departing with a very important transport ship. The pair find out that the facility is operated by Imperial loyalists, and those assassin droids did in fact come from there. After taking care of the loyalists, Ahsoka starts pursuing the transport but encounters Marok, a mysterious figure which looks to be under Balin's command. Hera continues the pursuit of the transport ship, and Ahsoka fights Marok, who then escapes on a ship with Shin. Hera manages to put a tracking device on the transport ship, which is good news for Ahsoka. Back on Lothal, Sabine decides to finally put on her Mandalorian armor, and the episode ends with the ending scene of Rebels, which was so amazing to see. Well guys, this pretty much sums up the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka. Of course, most of the mystery surrounding those episodes comes from that map that shows the location of Thrawn. Is that maybe connected to the world between worlds? We'll discuss that in the 3rd part, so see you guys then. May the Force be with you.